drawn closer unto you, especially as we wait for your soon return. Let our lives be guided and molded by Christian principles. In Jesus' name, Amen. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Mom Star. Now, I'd like to greet everyone again. Good morning. Indeed, murag buntag pa jud sa amo ani Ma'am Star no kay unsa na oras na natulog. Um, I'll be showing to you my screen for a while. First thing that we will discuss is about the online learning etiquette. Okay, everyone, can you hear me? If you can, please, put a thumbs up. Okay, thank you so much, Vanessa, Clade. Thank you, John. I think John is a new student. Okay, thank you so much. Now, I'll start sharing my screen. Can everyone see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ma'am Star. Di mo ko kita sa inyong dagway dire. Okay, so let's start. Online learning etiquette. Why do we have online learning etiquette? To follow. Though we are not in our usual classroom setup, since nanatay new normal, this Moodle site would be our official classroom. Okay? So, kung naatay rules and regulations na gina-follow sa classrooms, you also have online learning etiquette. Why do we have online learning etiquette? This would allow us to become responsible and good citizens of, and we could develop good habits and behaviors. So let's start. Mountain View College adopts a new system in delivering quality Adventist Christian education. Even if we are in an online learning system, we need to maintain an Adventist Christian environment through the way we behave, talk, and post. Here are the guidelines for our learning. So we have for our online learning etiquette number 1, start with a greeting. Whenever you have a forum or a chat, something to chat on with your teacher or your classmates, always start with a greeting. You can say, hello, everyone. Good morning, classmates. Good morning, teacher. And if you want to ask questions also, you can also say, hello, everyone. Can I ask if, and then continue on with your question. If you're directly answering someone's question, also start by greeting him or her. Our online learning etiquette number 2, use appropriate language and tone. Politeness is not only seen in actions or spoken words. It can also be seen when you are typing or chatting. So display the utmost politeness in our forum discussions. Appropriate use of language and tone must always be used in communicating with other teachers and fellow students. For example, instead of if you want to ask your teacher something, you don't just say kanang unsa ganitong assignment. No, you don't say like that, but you say, excuse me, ma'am, or good morning, ma'am. Unsa ganitong assignment nato gahapon? One way of being polite in kanang sa pag-chat or sa pag-text is to be vocative. You always address the person. Like, good morning, Claire. Good morning, Mom Star. Good morning, Mom Lil. Or good morning, Luigi. Okay? For our online learning etiquette number 3, no shouting. And kung ta makabalo nga nag-shout na mo diha sa atong chat box or sa atong forum. Typing words in caps like naka-caps lock tanan or an exclamation point. Ang exclamation point kay 5 to 100 jud ka buok. I have students like this. It could be interpreted as shouting. So as much as possible, let us avoid typing in caps lock and also putting a lot of exclamation points unless mo jud imong na-feel. Next, for our online learning etiquette number 4, type with respect. Always respect the opinions of other people, especially your classmates. Kung sayop sila, let the teacher decide. You know, ayaw ninyo pakiulawi inyong classmates and also your teacher as well. Next, number 5, no out of the topic posts. For example, we are studying or we are talking about the first ninyo na encounter sa Moodle, you have to meet and greet everyone. So, you don't include topics na really about meet and greet. You only have to introduce yourself and you only have to add the details that the teacher is asking you. Don't put anything na mag-go beyond sa topic. Or for example, sa klase ninyo sa science, you are talking about animals. You don't have to talk about other things. Just focus on the topic. Also, the use of sarcasm in posting jokes is strictly prohibited. Pag naata sa atong klase, dili ta magsibig joke, kay mahurot na lang atong time. Dili na mag-joke. Next, number 6. For a while. Okay. Number 6 again. Respect other people's privacy. In this part, always avoid online stalking. I know some of you loves to stalk other people, but in our Moodle platform, ayaw na mo sige pang stalk. Anyway, magkita naman pud mo. Avoid online slander also and gossip. Do not use our chat box to gossip, to talk about your classmates and sa ilang mga sayop and other things. Number 7, attire and behavior during virtual meetings. Whenever you have scheduled virtual meetings, always wear appropriate attires. Ayaw mong suot ka na nakasando lang mo, ayaw mo suot nga ka ng bago pa mong mata, magawas na mo sa virtual meeting, ayaw. Always present yourselves in a very presentable manner. Also, for our behavior, pag magklase mo or if ever na may virtual classes, don't eat in front of your camera. As much as possible before ka mo attend, kaunsa daan or after. Ayaw pud buhata nga while you are listening to the teacher, dito ka sa likod, nagbuhat ka, nagsayaw-sayaw ka dito, nag-tiktok ka dito, or wa ka naninaw. Please, proper behavior. For number 8, learn to forgive. In case you are offended by someone, always learn to forgive. And also, if ikaw ang naka-offend to your classmates or sa imong teacher, always ask for forgiveness. Number 9, message me, dili ako, ang inyong teacher. If you have concerns that you want to be addressed in private, feel free to send your teacher a private message. Take note that you can send messages, but take action lang na siya sa teacher during your class hours. So as much as possible, mag-message mo sa inyong teacher during class hours. Okay? Those are for our online etiquette this morning. Any questions? Unsa ni? Naay nag-check ka. Okay, do you have questions? Wala na? You can unmute yourself.
Wala po.
Okay, thank you so much for the response. We'll now give Ma'am Lil the time for the general.
I love Michelle Holgin.
Ma'am Lil.
Hello, good morning, everybody.
Welcome to Mountain View College Academy. And part of our online learning etiquette is for you to unmute yourselves and to enable your videos during virtual meetings. That is, why will you need to mute? Why do you need to mute yourselves? If you will not mute yourselves, others
Hello,
will
Michael.
hear you. That one. Oh, Andre, thank you. Okay, now. So you need to mute yourselves at all times or else everybody will hear you and the speaker gets distracted. Second, you need to enable your videos for us to be sure that you are attending your virtual meetings. Because sometimes when you will stop your video, then we could not see what you're doing. You might be eating or naligo pa while doing our Zoom meetings. So this is our classroom, our new normal. So please, again, mute yourselves and enable your video. Now it's time for our student orientation for online learning. Let me first share my screen. Could you now see my screen? Please give me a thumbs up if you see my screen. Okay, thank you. You see a digital way to do the thumb up. You see at the bottom, you see a reaction, and the reaction could be a clap or a thumbs up. So you can place there. Now, today we are going to have student orientation for online distance learners. By the way, one thing we forgot, during virtual meetings, you need to specify your name, your full name. Remember, when you log in, not just use Vivo or iPhone Pro Max, you really need to place your name. Let's start with our online distance learner student orientation. Ma'am Star mentioned a while ago that working with me are Ma'am Claire for grades 7 and 8 and Ma'am Star for grades 9 and 10. I'll be monitoring most of the time our senior high school students. Now, are you excited for our classes to start? We're also excited. You know what? We are very excited.
Yes.
Hope
Isa
you're
pang
all
nag-no.
We are also excited to have you this school year, and we're happy to have you here at Mountain View College Academy. But with the pandemic, we'll just have you in a distance learning. So for the first and second quarters, that would mean from August to December, we'll have you in an online distance learning. But you might ask, what will happen in the third and fourth quarters? Now, if the government will allow limited face-to-face sessions by January, then we'll do blended learning. It means that you will have limited face-to-face based on the government, just 1 or 2 meetings per week, and the rest will be online. May I remind everybody that for this school year, our calendar is compressed. What do you mean by that? Instead of having 10 months for schooling, remember before, from June down to March, this school year will just have 9. And that would be from August 30 up to, what's the graduation? I guess first week of May or last week of April. So just 9 months for this school year. That's why for this school year, we will have 6 days for us. That is from Sunday down to Friday. Now, what if by that time, by January, face-to-face will be allowed, but your parents will not send you back to MVC Academy, like you want to stay at home. Yes, you can still do that one. Just inform us if you want to be in a full online class by the third quarter. And by the fourth quarter, if full face-to-face sessions will be allowed, then we'll be in a face-to-face session. But again, to those who are living abroad, or if you are living outside of Bukidnon and you think it's not still safe, and you want to be in a full online distance learning, then please inform us a month ahead so that we could also make arrangements with your setup. So, if face-to-face sessions will resume, we will announce it a month before it will start. But if the government will not allow any face-to-face sessions, I think everybody will be in an online distance learning for the whole school year. Now, what's online distance learning? You see, I think some of you have experienced Moodle last time. Some of you have experienced Google Classroom. And these are examples of online distance learning platforms. Now, what's ODL? We just got ODL for MVC Academy. What must you have? First, this is very important. You need to have a stable internet access. Why? Because quizzes are done online. Assignments are submitted online. Discussions are also done online. So be sure to have a stable internet access. Second, it would be better if you have a laptop or a computer. But what if, ma'am, my parents don't have those ones this time? Then be sure to have a smartphone. And your smartphone must have a document editor because we edit our assignments via smartphone. You can also view your PowerPoints via smartphone, also your PDF via smartphone. Actually, there is an app, but it would be better if you have a laptop or a computer. Now, next question. How will I see my subjects in this activity? We have the MVC Online Learning Experience site. Now, this site is hosted by the Moodle Learning Management System. For my grade 11 students last year, you are familiar with Moodle, but this time we'll have another login detail for your Moodle. And we will provide your login details on Sunday, that's August 23. So, again, for grades 7 and 8, you need to contact Ma'am Claire Deliano. For grades 9 and 10, Ma'am Star Mojica. And for 11 and 12, you can contact me. I think you have received our message yesterday. And if you have not received our message yesterday, it means that you did not write your personal number. You'll see here, we have a master list of all your contact numbers. So again, if you have not received any message from us yesterday, please comment in the chat box your name and your name, grade level, and contact number so that we can update your contact details. Again, name, comma, grade level, comma, your contact number, updated. Now, will MVCA provide a tutorial? Yes, we're starting it today, and we'll still have series of tutorials next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we also provide tutorials via YouTube, and this afternoon, we'll be sending your student manual. Now, how will your MVC online learning experience class look like? We make it simple for you, so we have the acronym MVCA. We start with MVCA boosters. We need to seek the Lord every class session. That's why we begin with a class devotional. M starts for meet your targets. V for venture with me. C, chat with the expert. And A, apply the concepts. Now, how will I learn? What activities and materials will I have in my Moodle class or in my MVC online? We just call it MOL, MVC Online Learning Experience. First, you will have PowerPoint presentations, or it could be a lecture note. We call it handouts, lecture videos, activity sheets, discussion forums, online quizzes, and also live discussions. Now, how will you learn the content? You can learn the content through a file. If you have PowerPoint presentations and lecture notes in the MVC Online Learning Experience in the MOL, then you could download them ahead of time before the class schedule, and you could also read them ahead of time. Second, we'll also upload a lecture video. So if there's a lecture video, you could also download it ahead of time. And you know what's good with this one? If you could not understand it in one viewing, you could view and view and view again until you'll understand the lecture. And for us to have an instant help, we'll also do video conferencing through Zoom or to Google Meet or a discussion forum. Now, please understand that this is a virtual classroom, and it does not mean that you will have video conferencing for 8 hours a day. No. For example, if you have a subject in English and the content could be understood without the video conferencing, then there will no video conferencing will be provided for you for that time. Usually we only have at least one or none at all video conferencing per week. But for example, we also balance it for subjects like mathematics, physics, chemistry, what else? Pre-calculus and general physics. Then we provide with accounting subjects, we provide video conferencing more often. But for those with content-based like TLE, Aralin Panlipunan, and I think you could just read them or you could just view the video ahead, then no video conferencing will be done. Now, how will I ask help? First, you could ask help by chatting via MVC Online Learning Experience. I'll give you a tour later and I'll show you how could you chat with us in these platforms. Or we encourage everybody, please download this app. We call it the Telegram app. It works like a messenger. You might ask, Ma'am, sa messenger na lang ta. The main concern is, you see, the messenger is used for socialization. It's a social media. So we want to limit the use of messenger for socialization and the use of Telegram for academic purposes. Now, also, if you have questions, for each topic, there will be a discussion forum. So you can type your question there. Again, apply our online etiquette. Good morning, ma'am, may I ask. And we learn to respect each other when someone raises a question. Or third one, we do video conferencing. One app is through Zoom. I'd like to encourage everybody. You see, we'll be providing you a class schedule. And as much as possible, please contact your teachers on the class, doing your class schedule. For example, my math class schedule is MW, Monday and Wednesday, 10 to 12 in the morning. Then if you have any questions, please raise them on that time. Because in another Wednesday by 1 to 3, I am in another class. And I may not attend to your question or to your inquiry immediately. Now, next one. How will I manage time? You will be provided with a class schedule. You know what's good with this online learning? Attendance will be checked every class session. So it means that during your class schedule, teachers will be available for live discussions or for consultation. Like for example, during your 8 to 10, it's not 8 to 10, it's 7:30 to 9:30 during the first class. Then if it's an English class, then your teacher will also be online for that class. In case the teacher is not online, please let your online learning assistants know so that we can follow up with a teacher. Again, teachers should be online on your class time. The same with you students. Now, here's your class schedule. Get your phones and take a screenshot of your class schedule. Let me first share another screen. Let's go to the class schedule. It's GenMath. Here. Okay. Could you now see the class schedule? Grade 7. Okay, take a screenshot. For junior high school, we have 2 types of class schedule, week 1 and week 2. What's the difference? In week 1, you have music and physical education. In the next week, you will have arts and health. So that's why we have week 1 and week 2. If you notice, the classes, regular classes are only for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But there's a note below. Classes and make-up classes may be scheduled on Sunday. If you also see this one, independent learning and cooperative learning, it means that it's a time given for you to work on the rest of your requirements that are scheduled for the week. Also, you could also do your requirements on a Sunday. So grade 7, let's go now to grade 7, week 2. Here, take a screenshot. Grade 7, week 2. Next, let's go to grade 8. Grade 8, week 1. Grade 8, week 2. Next, grade 9, week 1. Next one, grade 9, week 2. Next, grade 10, week 1. Then we have grade 10, week 2. For the senior high school subjects, we only have 1 shift, no more changing of subjects for the first semester by strand. Let's start with grade 11 ABM. Grade 11 ABM. Next, let's have grade 11 UMS. Grade 11 UMS. Next, grade 11 STEM. Sige, regards ko ni Pre-Calculus, ni Gen Chem 1, na pa si GenMath. Next, that's the end for grade 11. Let's go to grade 12. Grade 12 ABM. Next, let's also have grade 12 UMS. Then we'll have grade 12 STEM. Okay, you're done? In case you missed any of this of your schedule, wait for a while, let me send a file in the chat box. Class schedule. Box, I'm sending a file for all class schedules. Wait for a while. This is for online. There. Sending. Wait. To those, we will also send your class schedule and a copy of this orientation via email this afternoon. Okay, you have seen the class schedule in your chat box? Check your chat box and give me a thumbs up. Okay, very good. We are doing now the 21st century way. So you could download your class schedule and you have already a copy of that one. Okay, you check again. I'm sending the class schedule. Just browse your Zoom group chat. Now let's continue with our orientation.
Ma'am Lil, give me some time na i-mute ang tanan.
Sure, ma'am.
Unmute di ka dayan. Okay na, Ma'am Lil.
Thank you, Ma'am Claire.
Welcome.
Now, how will you be graded? First, the same, written work. The written work is done online. It's also submitted online. So your written work could be an online quiz. And remember, once you take an online quiz, it is scheduled. So you really need to take the online quiz on time. For example, I'm scheduling my online quiz during class time for Math 7, 8 to 8:30 only. And you're just given 15 minutes. So it would mean that during that time, you really need to take the online quiz because by 8:30, the online quiz will be closed. Ma'am, what if nag-brown out? What if nag-brown out? Then we'll be providing you with the number of your teachers. Please inform them right away that you're having electricity problems or you're having internet problems. But again, we'd like to value here, number one is honesty. Because sometimes when we are not prepared, so ay nag-brown out karon kay wala ako ka study for the quiz. Please, we want to minimize that one. Be honest with us and the Lord will surely bless you. So other written work are also done online, for example, activity sheets or worksheets. So you need to download the worksheets and submit them online. Do not worry about how to do that one. We will have a tutorial next week. Also, performance tasks are done online. It could be a written performance task or it could be a video performance task. And I think if it's a video performance task, teachers will be asking you to send them through an email or through a YouTube link. The last will be the quarterly assessment or the examination. We'll have two examinations for the quarter, and it will be done every month. So for the quarterly assessment, if the government will allow, then we will have face-to-face in a designated testing center. Like for example, for those who are residing in Valencia, we will schedule you with only 10 students per classroom for an examination. For those who are living in Davao, in Tagum, in Cagayan, in Jensan, in Cotabato, then we will be sending also representatives to be with you during the examination time. But if the government will not allow any face-to-face examinations, then we'll do it online. But if you will do it online, you must turn on your camera while doing the examination to be sure that you're the only one answering your examination. Now, what instruction materials will I pay? You see here, just for modular students, they are paying 1,250 pesos per quarter for all the modules. That's 5,000 per year. For online students, you're only charged 500 per quarter, or that is about 2,000 per year. Where will your online subscription go? First, we have our online learning platform and we are paying for that in dollars. So that's where your online subscription will go. Second, for the teachers to have a stable internet access, we are increasing our bandwidth. Third, this Zoom subscription is also paid per month. So with that one, or else if it's not paid, then our Zoom will just end in 40 minutes. But we are happy that we have the Zoom Pro this time. There will be no printed modules. But if you want to request for printed modules, we can print them for you, but subject to additional printing and shipping fees. Ma'am, can you send me the module through a PDF? Do not worry about that. You see, in your online learning platform, the modules will also be there. So the same with what our modular students are receiving. So you can simply click and download the module, then print them. Now, let's have the parts of the online lesson. I told you a while ago, we have the MVCA. We start with MVCA boosters. Matthew 6:33, can you say it with me? Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. We start the lesson or the class with a short Bible reading, or it could be a thought opener, or it could be a reflective, a thematic part or a reflective part. And after reading, you need to say a prayer. M, what's M? Meet your targets are the learning competencies to be attained in each topic. Like you might ask, what will I learn in my science class? And your meet your target says, in this class, you will learn about the parts of the digestive system and its functions. So that is your meet your targets. V, venture with me. This section contains the initial activity or task related to the lesson. So this gives you a motivational activity or a bird's eye view of what the lesson is all about. Next, C, chat with the expert. This is the discussion part. This is where we upload our PowerPoint presentations, our lecture notes, our lecture videos, and also announcements if there are any Zoom meetings. A, apply the concepts. This is the graded part. These are your practice exercises that will reinforce and demonstrate what you have learned in class. Again, the apply the concepts could be, number one, an online quiz, or it could be an activity sheets or worksheets, or it could be a performance task. So these are the basic parts of the online lesson. In whatever subjects you will be in, you'll encounter MVCA boosters, then M, V, C, and A. Now, are you excited for an online tour? I'll give you a very brief online tour to our mall. We first check. There are questions here. Ma'am, I can't see the file. If you cannot see the file for the class schedule, do not worry. We'll be sending it through email this afternoon also. Okay, let me give you a tour. Oh, my baby is now doing some wild sessions. Could you hear him? Wait. There. Briefly. There. Now, let me give you a very brief tour to our online site. This is the Mountain View College online learning experience site. And this is now our site home. So you can see there. This is what will welcome you. But before going that, you say I'm already logged in. Ma'am Claire later will help you how to log in with your login details on Sunday. Again, give us until Sunday to enroll everybody. Now, that's not the one here. Now, as you check, we have here the My Courses. Could you see here on top? We have Home, we have My Courses, and the language. So if you will just position your mouse in the My Courses, it will give you all of your subjects. I'm only teaching mathematics. So you just see Math 7 and General Mathematics in my screen. But in your part, for example, if you are a grade 11 student, once you will click My Courses, all of your subjects will be here. Or if you're a grade 7 student, all of your subjects will also be here. Now, how will your subjects look like? Here's an example. You see the icon? This is for grade 7. For grade 7, you have how many subjects? English 7. I'll wait for a while. Excuse me for a while.
Ang inyong mga naka-frozen food. Ma'am Lil, naka-mute.
Ay, nag-open ba? Okay. Now, you can hear me now? Oh, wait
Yes,
before I'll
ma'am.
turn on. Okay. So, this is okay now. Let me start my video. This is now the, what's this? The platform for the grade 7. So if you check, you have grade 7 English, Filipino, math, physics, values education, Araling Panlipunan, TLE, music, arts, PE, health, Pathfinder, and physical education. So if you're going on this site, you can just click enter the course. It will direct you to your subject. Now, let's have a very brief tour in two subjects. One for junior high school, that's Math 7, while the other will be Mom Claire's subject, the creative nonfiction for grade 12 use. Now, once you open the subject, it will direct you to your course site or to your subjects, to your subject. If you see here on top, the subject is Mathematics 7. Then, know your subject and your teacher. First, we start with a very brief welcome. Welcome to Math 7 online class. And you can read the very brief welcome of the teacher, followed by the daily routine. In each class session, we'll follow the MVCA format. So you will be reminded again that we have the MVCA boosters, meet your targets, venture, chat with the expert, and apply the concepts. The next section is the subject description. What is your subject all about? So for example, for Math 7, our subject is about sets and real numbers. We also deal with conversion of units. And we also have geometry, algebra, and also statistics and probability. Then followed by the meet your teacher. Your teacher will give you a very brief introduction of himself or herself. Then in the meet and greet section, this, you see this icon? It means it's a forum. So you need to have your part. So in the meet and greet section, you need to click this one, and your turn is to introduce yourself. You tell us of your name, where do you live, and a word that describes you, and some things that your teacher wants to know about you. Now, the tutorial on how to do this one, again, you will have a tutorial next week on how to do your meet and greet. Next, the subject guide. For the subject guide, to guide in the subject, you need to download your course outline. So here, it's in a PDF format. So you could just click this one, and after clicking, you'll see that it's already downloaded. Oh, it opened. This one. It will direct you to my course outline. Now let's go back to the site for grade 7 math. And if there are announcements, you need to check the announcement sections every day. And this is a chat group for Math 7. But I would recommend, strongly recommend, Telegram for our chat group. Now, you see, these are all the lessons. Let's take a browse. These are all the lessons to be learned for the first quarter. So you'll see that one. We are having this in a toggle format. It means that you need to click first the bulb or the arrow or the light before it will be opened. So, for example, I'll click the bulb for online learning etiquette. Then you will see what Ma'am Claire discussed a while ago, the online learning etiquette. All subjects are providing you with this one for you to be reminded at all times. If you want to close it, then just turn off the bulb. Next, we start with, so as you click the bulb, what will you do? First, you will view a video. As you click this one, it will direct you to a YouTube link. And then, how do you feel about mathematics? Have you said to yourself that I am not good in math? Have you ever felt that math can be used in real life? So watch this video via YouTube. And again, this is a forum. So what will you discuss? I can do math. Write 3 ways that you can do to learn and love mathematics. So you check the date. Should be next week. But since we moved to another week, this will be on Friday. So unclick the bulb, turn off, then we go to lesson 1. I will still change the dates here to start on August 30. As you click lesson 1, here. Sige, for grade 7, this is already a bird's eye view on what your first lesson will be all about. So for grade 7, we start with MVCA boosters. Recite the memory verse. Let me make my screen bigger. Okay. You'll recite the memory verse. Then what will you do next? Here. Again, there is a forum. So, MVCA boosters set of Israel's sons. The Bible tells us about the set of Israel's sons. So there are 12 elements. And what will you do? You need to list their names in the discussion forum. Here's the reference. Then after the MVCA boosters, meet your targets. What will you learn in this lesson? Then you have the venture with me. You will do this activity, again, the forum. You click the forum and what will you answer? Here are some guide questions. How do you know the item is not included in the set? Or what characteristics do the members of each group have in common? Like for example, boat, kalesa, car, bus, airplane. Which object does not belong? Now, then the chat with the expert is the discussion part. So there's a lecture video. You could view it ahead of time if you want to know about sets. There's also the module or the handouts. And I also provided a PowerPoint presentation on sets. Then, what will you do next? Apply the concepts. Here, I have an activity sheet. So you need to download the activity sheet, then complete the worksheet. In completing activity sheets, you could just download this and edit it in a Word format. But be sure that once you will save your activity sheet, it will be in a save in a PDF file. Let me give you a sample. For example, do you know how to save it in a PDF file? If you're opening a Word, okay, let me share my screen with a Word file. Here. Example, you're doing your activity sheet here and just editing all of the activities. Once you will save, you go to File, then save as. In the save as, you need to change the type of your document. How will you write the file name? Again, family name first, underscore, first name, underscore, what's the instruction again? Worksheet title, example, worksheet 1. What's the title? Sets. Then once you will save it, instead of a Word document, you need to save it in a PDF format. So PDF, then click save. Then it will give you your PDF file. Then, once you will have your PDF file, you need to send that one. Where will you send your assignments or your worksheet? At the bottom, there is an assignment bin for worksheet 1. And please take note of your due date or the deadline. Submit your worksheet 1 in this assignment bin. Due date, August 26, 2020 at 7:30 a.m. By the way, your Moodle, you need to check your email at all times because your email will remind you that there is an upcoming worksheet and there is a deadline for that one. What will happen is, ma'am, what if I submitted my assignment late? Then we'll give deduction of points. But take note that 3 days up to 1 week after the deadline of the assignment, this bin will be closed. And you can no longer submit your assignments which are due for more than 3 days. For performance tasks, that's 1 week. 1 week na palugit for you. But again, we need to learn to submit our assignments on time. You see here, the small boxes on the right. May mga check, di ba? You hear that. There are check. Once you are done with this activity, it will automatically check. Or you could manually check it. For example, if you have if you have downloaded the activity sheets, it will mark with a check. If you have uploaded your assignment bin, it will mark with a check. Next meeting, we'll teach you how to download, how to submit, and how will you check if your assignments are already graded. Now let's have a very brief tour in another class. This is Ma'am Claire's class for creative nonfiction. Gamay natin ba ito ng Claire kay para di sila makakita sa ibang activity? Okay. Here's the subject. You see on top. This is for MVCA Senior High School for grade 12 students, creative nonfiction. Know your subject and your teacher. It's the same with all of MVCA subjects. We have the same name. So creative nonfiction, you'll see for Ma'am Claire's YUM students, here's her brief welcome, the daily routine of what will you do, the description of the subject, and here's your beautiful teacher with her introduction. For all subjects, we really require all teachers to place their pictures, so that you will get to know your teachers. Then, Ma'am Claire will ask you, after introducing Ma'am Claire herself, she will ask you to introduce yourself. She asks you to do a creative introduction. Again, it would depend on the teacher. How will you introduce yourself? For Ma'am Claire, she will ask you to write a song, make a song, write a poem, or a short story to introduce yourselves with her, what they call it one? Is it a chibi? An avatar. Actually, they call it in the mall, they call it an avatar. If you'll not use your picture, here's your avatar. Then, Again, all subjects are in a toggle format. So if you want, you see here with Ma'am Claire, August 4, still lesson 4, but the next lessons are hidden from you. It means that it will be opened once classes are soon to start for these lessons. And you could, again, in my class, I use a bulb. In Ma'am Claire's class, she used a light. In some classes, there's an arrow. It all works the same. You just click and open. So click the on learning etiquette. It will be open. Close it. Welcome to our first day. Open. Then close. Do the activity. For number 3, open for lesson 1. Then close the activity after doing it. And for lesson 1, here, meet your expectation, because Ma'am Claire already made her MVCA boosters before. So MVCA boosters, meet your targets, then the venture, and she'll ask you to download an activity sheet. Then the discussion part, chats with the expert. Then we also have the apply the concepts. We'll download the activity sheets and upload it through an assignment bin. So that's for a very brief tour for us today. Now, where am I next? Now we're done with our online tour. So if you have questions, if you have concerns during your online classes, then please save these numbers. For grades 7 to 8, you contact Ma'am Claire. For grades 9 to 10, Ma'am Star. And for grades 11 and 12, you could contact me. Or you could also message us through Mountain View College Facebook page. Again, thank you so much for experiencing MVCA. Welcome, and we're excited to have you in our online classes. Good morning.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Lil. So any one of you na question? Oh, Ma'am Lil na ay nag-PM di ay.
Yes, ma'am.
The question is, for module users, can they join the online discussions ba daw?
For those, kaya na ay nag-join din at modular.
Napoy na mag-transfer sa module, ma'am.
For those who are having in modular, what will happen is the lecture videos that are available in the sites will also give it to you through a link or through a digital storage, a flash drive. So you could also view the same lecture videos. For Zoom conferences, you know what? There's a different class schedule for modular, and there's a different class schedule also for online. So for example, in my modular, my class is from 7 to 8, from 7 to 9. While for my online, the class is at 10 to 12. You could not join, if you're in the modular, you could not join in the online discussion because during our time, you will have a different class in the modular. So that's why, but don't worry, if you're in the modular class, we also provide you Zoom meetings. But for the modular class, Zoom sessions are not compulsory. So they could tell their parents, ma, wala ko load, palodi ko kay kan. No, they could not do that one in the modular class. Again, we only provide the Zoom sessions for supplement. But for online distance learners, Zoom sessions are compulsory. You really need to attend because we will check your attendance 8 hours a day.
Okay, thank you so much, Ma'am Lil. Here's another question. I don't understand the week 1 and week 2 of the schedule. How does it work now?
If it's for junior high school. It's the same. If you check week 1 and week 2, same lang siya. But for week 1, if nag-PE, if you have subjects like PE and music, in week 2, there's no PE and music. There will be arts and health. So for example, on the first week of September, you'll have PE and health. On the second week, you will have, baliktad. You have music and health. On the second week of September, you will not have classes for music and health, but instead, arts and music and PE. So pagka next week, arts and health na pod. Pagka next week, music o kada pod, PE. Pagka next, only for MAPE subjects. But the rest of the subjects are the same.
Thank you, Ma'am Lil. Another question. Q&A naman dito na portion. Good morning, ma'am. If a class would happen in a Zoom meeting room, would it be our responsibility to ask our teacher for the Zoom ID and password, or provided na siya beforehand?
Yes, if there will be a Zoom meeting, it will be provided before the class session. So for example, our class will be MW. So on Monday, before Monday, you check your assignment, your announcement section, or your lesson. Example, under lesson 1, for the chat with the expert, you can place an announcement. Zoom meeting on Monday. And here's the meeting ID and the password.
Okay. Next question, Ma'am Lil. I think napatay tulo.
Sure.
Ma'am, are we only using Google Zoom for Google Zoom? Are we only using Zoom for online discussion? Need pod me mag-download Google Meet?
As much as possible, we will be using Zoom para anad-anad, di ba? So what will happen is the school only provides 3 Zoom Pro accounts for teachers. So you could, for 3 Zoom accounts, we could extend up to 40 minutes. But teachers will also use their basic accounts. So kung basic lang ang gamit sa teacher, personal account, then 40 minutes, limited lang ang Zoom session, tag 40 minutes.
Okay. Next, ma'am. Are the foreigners still going to have special class for Filipino?
Yes, there will be a special class for Filipino, and I guess for Araling Panlipunan for foreigners, because the Filipino language. So if you are doing online and you're a foreigner, or some are not foreigners, but they call our balikbayans, those who stayed outside of the country for a long time, and we provide you a special class for that.
Okay, so muna to itong mga questions for today, Ma'am Lil.
I also saw here a question. Ma'am, what valid reason, ma'am, like nagsakit? Okay. What if you are sick? Then you need, you see when we do face-to-face sessions, you need to present your medical certificate, right? So if you are sick, you need to present your medical certificate and email it to us at MVCA. I'll type you at the chat box. You need to email your medical certificate at mvca@mvc.edu.ph. There, mvc@mvc.edu.ph. And once you will have your medical certificate, quizzes, online quizzes, and activity sheets, you will be excused for that period of time. But again, it's your responsibility to catch up with the lesson. Okay, pwede man di ba nga nasa hospital tanaw-taguan video, so you could catch up with the lesson. No other questions from Claire?
Unsaon daw nila pag-catch up sa missed na classes, ma'am?
Okay, example, if you are absent in a class, then the lessons, remember, there's an online platform. So whether you are absent or present, the lessons will still be there. And for example, you miss a Zoom session, the teacher will record the Zoom session, upload it in a YouTube link, and at the end, hopefully if the internet will cooperate, at the end of the day, we will again place the link in your chat to the expert corner of the lesson.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Lil. Oh,
You're
one
welcome.
more. Ma'am, do we need to register? Oh, dili mo kinahanglan mag-register. Kami na ang magbuhat og account for you. I'll
Yes,
be showing it to you.
So it could be through, you check always your email. On Sunday, you check your email. By the way, because we will be providing you with an official MVC email. So for example, your name is, let me check here, there, Jared Peñaranda. So you will receive an email, jpeñaranda@my.mvc.edu.ph. So that will be your official email for the school year. Also, we provide you with your login details. Ma'am Claire will share to us on your login details.
Okay, so I think I need to start. Okay, diha naman jud ta padulong. Okay, so again, the platform that we are going to use is the Moodle. Ta-da! And this topic is about Moodle login details. So, before na ko ni-play na video, I'd like to show you sa video manggod nga na dito is mvc.edu.ph pa. But the system changed, name mo na siyang MOL, mvc.edu.ph. So, again, by Sunday, we will send you your login details and your MVC official email. So, uniform tatanan para maka-access mo diri sa atong Moodle account or Moodle site. So, nakita naman ninyo ni, o ni siya. So, for your login details, we usually do it like this. First word of your first name. Like sa ako, I have 3 names. Sa akong first name, Rodjin Claire. But we will only use the first word and then dot and then your family name. For the generic password, that's MVCA, na small letters, and then caps MVCA 2020 plus. And once you log in using these details, the system will ask you to change your password immediately. So don't worry, dili na mo na i-access. Okay, for the Moodle login, please watch the video. This is one of the video tutorials that we made for the college department, and it's also applicable for you.
Hi Moodle learner, welcome to MVC Online Learning Tutorial. This video will help you log in to our Moodle site. Without further ado, let's get started. Moodle works best when opened into Google Chrome. Kindly key in mvc.edu.ph/moodle1/ in the search bar or address bar. As given by the registrar's office, please type in your username and your password. After you key in your username and password, it will lead you into the online portal. As you can see, it will ask you to change your password. Please do so by writing your current password and the new password that you want to have. Also, take note of the instruction given above. Next, it will tell you that your password has been changed. Please click the Continue button to continue. Congratulations! You are now logged in into the Hilltop Online Learning Experience Moodle site. But what if you have forgotten your username or password? or both? Upon logging in, do not key in anything. Press the Forgotten Your Username or Password beside the username bar. Then, try to search your account by email address. Take note that this time you should not press the word continue. Instead, open a new tab and go to your email account. Make sure that the account that you're opening is the one registered in your Moodle account. Look for the message sent by the MVC Hilltop Online Learning System and open it. Press the link provided below, and it will direct you to the Moodle site. Now, remember your username. And start making your new password. Remember again the instructions. After you are done, press Save Changes. Please make a list of your password. If you happen to forget again, try redoing the process. Happy online learning!
Okay, so that's the end of the video. Any questions about logging in? Ma'am Lil, do you have any add-ons? Okay, so again, we'll remind you that on Sunday, we will send you in a private message or email your login details. And then we will also enroll you to your courses on Sunday. And then after that, kano sa ganitong next orientation, ma'am, for other tutorials? Sorry, ma'am. Okay.
Okay. Common experience based on the college Moodle accounts. They keep on forgetting their password. Please, again, Ma'am Claire, could you show to us the default for the login, the username, first name, the first word of your first name, dot, your family name, and we have a default password. And once you'll change your default password, please write it down because we don't want that you keep on asking us, Ma'am, kasi akong password, ako tumago, kabalo, kaya ka ba nag-change, di ba? So again, please write down your password.
Mhm. And I think also, ma'am, if malimot sila sa password, they still have to wait for Sir Vidal to...
We could change it now.
Oh, okay.
Change it, but you see, for example, if there are 30 of you who forgot the password for that day and we have classes, it might be a big trouble. So take note of your password. Same, I suggest you need to have the same password for your Moodle, for your Mole account, and for your Gmail.
Okay. So again, remember the first word of your name, dot, and your family name. And then our generic password, MVCA, all small letters, and then caps lock MVCA 2020 plus sign. Any questions?
Question
Yes.
here. Ma'am, mag-uniform me pag online or appropriate attire lang. Pwede ka mag-uniform, no problem. But again, if you don't have a uniform, you could wear your appropriate attire. Again, what's appropriate attire? No sleeveless. Sa shorts,
Okay.
but sa dilim mo And remember, you have mentioned, you must have, your background must not be too disturbing. Like for example, dili tong sa likod sa mga kaldero, sa likod sa mga so plain background recipe.
Okay. Next, na I question, ma'am, dili na app ang Moodle, ma'am. If you are using your PC, dito ta sa Google Chrome, but if you are using your cell phones, cellular phones, or tablets, ma-download na siya ninyo via Play Store. Next, ano pa? Wala na. Wala na, Ma'am Neil. Okay. Thank you daw, Ma'am Lil.
You're welcome.
Okay.
There's a question, ma'am. Wala ako'y account. Yes, he'll be providing you your account on Sunday.
Okay. Wala na questions. We'll proceed with our next part of the program. Ma'am Star?
Okay, ako na, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.